Hey guys, in this video I'm going to talk about the different ways I take Anavar, which is an oral steroid. And yes, I take it different ways depending on if it's on a few factors. I'll get into that in a second. But just to tell you the different ways you can take it is, one is just an oral pill or tablet or capsule. So you can just swallow it, okay? And then it'll go into your system, passes through the liver. So that's why it's not recommended to just swallow it, because it does have some degree of liver toxicity, but it's known for being not that bad compared to oral steroids. But there is still a risk there. That's why you don't want to run, first of all, high amounts of it and for a long period of time. So I recommend a six week running Anavar for only 6 weeks at a time. So there's that oral. There's also sublingually, which is you literally have to, well, if it's capsule and it's powder inside, like I had before, you just bust open the cap, put it on like a book or something like that, and then take a credit card and then like shovel it under your tongue. So that's one way to do it. Or with the pills I have now, they're actually pressed pills, so I literally have to bust them up, and it's kind of like a pain in the ass too. Sometimes I do it still, but it's like, when you do it that way, like you crush it and then maybe a bit will fly off like across the room, and but it works. Like whatever, you just crush up a pill with a credit card on top of it, type of thing, and then you do the same thing. You just shovel it under your tongue and go from there. Now there's a third way I do it, okay, which is kind of a hybrid between the two of those. Now generally, if I'm at home and I have the space to do it and things, I do it the way where I crush it up and put it under my tongue, and that way it hits the bloodstream. It goes directly to the bloodstream because it like just passes through the tongue. It just dissolves under your tongue to your bloodstream, and you get a huge spike of the Anavar, which is a good, really great pre-workout. Like you feel it drive, you feel it come on you really quickly, like a wave, within 10-20 minutes. Okay. Yeah, especially if you're in tune with your body, you know that there's some type of changes happening. You feel that change happen pretty quickly. It affects your central nervous system and such that way. Now, I don't always have the luxury to crush up a pill because I'm not always at home. Like if I'm just got off work, I have like a bunch of pills, Anavar pills in my car, like in a little pill container. So like if I just get out of work and I'm on the way to the gym, it takes me like 20 minutes or so, half hour to get to 20 minutes to get from my work to the gym. What I do, instead of just swallowing it, because that's like more of a time release thing, I put it in my mouth and I just fucking chew it up, right? So it's like a busted chemical pill in my mouth. It kind of tastes gross, but whatever. And then I take a swig of, usually I have like my pre-workout kind of drink, or like amino acids, electrolyte drink. So I just take a swig of that and I swish it around my mouth for about a minute. That way it does still kind of dissolve in the mouth. Probably not much, but I'm sure you still get some. Like I keep it under my tongue and whatever. I swish it in my mouth and then I just shoot it all back, right? And wash it down. That way, because it's busted up, it's going to dissolve through the membranes of like your stomach and get into your bloodstream that way a lot quicker. And I almost sense that it hits the bloodstream almost as fast as it does if you go sublingually. Sublingually maybe beats it by like 5 or 10 minutes, I'm gonna say. And when it's sublingual, it's a lot more pronounced. When you take it orally, it's more of a longer wave. So that's the days I'm going to the gym. But guess what? I'm also doing it on my off days, correct? On my off days, I don't bother doing it like sublingually or anything. I'll just swallow a pill, because I kind of want it to be in my system longer, like a longer wave anyway, like because it's a recovery day and it's it'll still do some kind of work. It's still you're still having it in your system. You have like a blood serum concentration level, Anavar in your system, so your muscles are still doing things even when you're resting, right? That's the time when they're actually being built and whatnot. So you still want some Anavar in there in the recovery. But I just don't feel like it's necessary to go the sublingual route unless you're concerned about your liver and you just want to keep bypassing your liver and all the time, and that's totally understandable. But I don't think that running Anavar for 6 weeks at when I'm doing 20 milligrams a day, even if you were doing it orally, like swallowing pills, that it will really affect it too much. It might affect it a little bit, but like maybe you get a little bit of liver changes. I don't know, because to be honest, I haven't done blood tests right after taking Anavar, or while I'm taking Anavar. So I've at least this way, I've always taken it sublingually before. So that's kind of my strategies on why I take it. And again, I haven't heard anybody really talk about this before, taking it different ways in on off days, and But obviously, the best way to do it is, if you have the space, you have the time, is to bust it up and take it like half hour before you go work out. It hits you, and then you go to the gym, and like I did it, was it yesterday? And yeah, I did 5x5 bench press, just crushing it. It wasn't like crazy weight or anything, but I just felt like, and I went and did some dips. And then after that, like it was my third exercise after, eight sets in, not counting the warm-up sets, I went right to the pec press and was doing like full stacks of that. You can check it out on my page. I was doing full stack 295 pec press for 10 reps easy, and then even holding the last one. I could probably, if I went and did the pec press first, I could probably get like at least 13 or 15, maybe to failure. So yeah, I believe this is the Anavar doing that, because about a month ago, when if the beginning of my blast, or just prior to starting my blast, it would have been a lot less than that. I probably could have done like maybe 250 pec press for 10 reps, and then be struggling on that last rep. Now I'm at 295 and fucking crushing it. And obviously that has to do with a lot of the other drugs I'm doing too, but you feel it. And the other thing is, you get the pumps. You get major pumps. And with pumps also is a great thing, but also you get spasms and pull muscles easier. For example, today I was in my massage therapist, so had to get out of my the room beside me's drawer that was low, like an iPad for music. I had to unplug it. It was way back there, so I had to stretch my arm back and unplug it. And like I pulled my what do you call it, latissimus dorsi muscle, like at the insertion. It felt like I was like a spasm. I had to like kind of like give myself a massage and like work it out a bit. I'm like, holy shit, I still feel it right now actually when I do that. It's not painful, but I still feel it. I was like almost tore off the insertion of my lat muscle. That would have sucked. I'm just doing something stupid like reaching for a cable. Anyway, but I believe that's because your muscles become super hypertrophic and super like ropey more, right? And the potential for you to tear some shit up or snap some shit up increases. I believe that's why I made a video today about my hip injury. I believe that's why last summer, it was like my third cycle, I was, really wanted to work on my squats. So I was like progressing my squats every week, and I eventually get a point where I was like kind of like not maxing out, but getting up there. And I believe I just don't feel like I had the flexibility in my hip flexors or my hip rotators. And as a result of not being that flexible, they were super tight. And because they're super tight, they tore. So you gotta be careful with things like that. Okay? That's my how to do Anavar. How I do it anyway. But yeah, I'll say the other way, which is not the sublingual way. Like just taking it by itself works. It just takes a little longer and it lasts a little longer. So if you're not in a rush, you pop a Anavar and you'll be good in an hour. I'd say an hour. If you do it sublingually, you can be good in like a half hour. If you do it my way, like even 20 minutes, but half hour is good, because by the time you get to the gym and you're on your like first exercise, you get your blood pumping, it gets in your blood system more, and like starts having its effect more. The way I do it, where I just like pop a pill in my mouth, crush it in my teeth, put it under my tongue, take a swish of water, or like a juice and energy drink, and then just hold it there, swish it around, hold it on my tongue, and then just like shoot it back, because I'm just in a rush. I'm just like, whatever, just drink it, eat it. It all goes the same place in the end. So yeah, I think that's an effective way as well. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on that. And yeah, I think it's Anavar is a great drug, though. I'll just end up with this. It's like one of my favorite anabolics to do. It was my first true anabolic, and it's on the top 3 of my list. Top 3 is obviously testosterone, so that's 1, I guess. But Masteron, and then Anavar. Then 4 would probably be is Nandrolone. Nandrolone or Primabol at 4, but comparable. But I'm really like Nandrolone right now. So I'll leave it there, guys. What are your thoughts? Again, leave in the comments below. Peace.